Thank you so for doing this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good only to help other students.
Okay. Okay, let's have a quick intro about yourself. Like, where are you from?
Yeah,
What are you doing
yeah.
currently? Mm.
Okay. So yeah, I'm Paras Mittal. I'm pursuing my master's in computer science at University of Florida. I came here this fall, basically fall 25. I did my undergrad from BITS Planning Goa campus in computer science. I graduated from there in 2023. And then for 2 years, I worked at ICICI Lombard General Insurance Company as a software developer.
Mm.
And yeah, so in my college, I had thought that I'll probably go for masters. I was interested in research. So, but like a lot of people said, and when my friends who came directly from college to masters, that it is better to get experience as a as a professional, and then probably pursue that. So
Mm.
yeah, now I'm here. Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, and I'm based out in Mumbai. So
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. How did you select University of Florida?
Yeah, so selecting university is a very big decision and a very big, like a lot of time goes into that. So first, I think I was pretty clear that I wanted to go to universities in United States of America, USA. I did explore a few universities in other areas, other countries, but I think my parents also were more inclined towards this. So what I did was I maintained Excel sheet of like all the universities, like going by rank wise. Rank helps you to know that these universities are good, but they are not a factor that you should base your decision on. That's just a way to shortlist. Okay, these are the 200 or 150 universities that you should consider. The
Mm.
rest you can ignore, but you can't make a decision on those. And then obviously there are so many factors like what are the fees, what are the weather climate, what is the research that's going on there, what
Mm.
is the outcome after there, and what are the like you would see on LinkedIn also what are the people that graduated from there doing, and also you would actually talk to, you should probably reach out to people who are studying there, what is their opinion, what has been their experience. And and then also the chance of your admit, that is also important thing, that okay, you narrow down that okay, now I want to go to Harvard, but there's no chance I'm getting into it. So you have to also put that into like play, like okay, realistically these are my uh, average, like expected outcomes, and these are my ambitious universities. You need to actually split them equally, or split it in a good way, depending on how many universities you are trying to apply to. And then yeah, pray that you get the university that you want. Yeah. Alright.
Okay. Apart from University of Florida, what other universities you have applied to?
Oh, I had applied to quite a few. Like I got admit actually only from my safe universities. I got from Arizona State University and University of Buffalo and Florida. And other colleges I applied to was UIC, Maryland, University of Maryland, and Georgia Tech. I applied to University of Colorado Boulder, Stony Brook, Purdue, and which I think Virginia Tech. Yeah, Virginia Tech was also one I was actually praying that I would get an admit from, but I didn't. So yeah, I think these were the main universities that I applied to.
Mm.
And after the admits, in my safe colleges, I obviously wanted to go to University of Florida. So I was happy I got there. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. Have you taken GRE, GMAT, IELTS, or?
Yeah, so I did give GRE and TOEFL. In GRE, I scored 328, and in TOEFL, I had a score of I think 111, 112 something. Yeah.
Mm.
For GRE and TOEFL, I actually prepared using Greg Matt. Greg Matt is like the person, I think his name is Greg, and it's like $6 or $5 per month subscription. There are a lot of videos on it, but a lot of practice papers, mock tests, especially for the English part in GRE. It is very good. Uh, for quant, I believe, I mean, if you're a decent engineer and if you're, I mean, you should be fine. For quant section, just have to prepare a bit. But yeah, the main part is reading section in GRE where it's like we have been given like similar questions we have given from our childhood, like reading a passage and writing answers, selecting answers from it. But the way GRE puts it is very tricky. It's very confusing. Like it doesn't make any sense. Initially, like if you're not preparing for it properly, you are totally confused and you make a lot of mistakes. The way they ask questions and what they expect you to understand from the passage is a little bit different from we what we like grew up learning in our schools. So it's important that you do, like I would suggest, try to get at least just practice for 1 month from Greg Math. It's like $6, $7. For TOEFL, I would say TOEFL, the I think IBT conducts TOEFL, right? They have some sample papers that you can purchase. So you can basically, they send you a link to download the software and it has like 4 or 5 sample papers. That was my only investment for TOEFL, and those were the only, like that is the only way to actually know how much you can score in TOEFL. Because and for speaking section in TOEFL, I practiced. I just recorded my answers on my phone. I would play it back and think, where am I, you know, stopping? Where am I pausing? Am I able to complete my answers? It is important to hear back your what you're saying. Just hear it back. You will improve on your own a lot. And if you have a few friends also preparing, I was not talking, but I knew few people who I met here. So what they did is they knew few more friends who were also preparing for TOEFL, so they would prepare the answer, share to each other, and then review it. Okay, how's it sounding and all. Try to just avoid thick accents. You're fine. That's it. They don't want thick accents. It's fine if you have a little bit accent. It's okay. I mean, people from all over the country, all over the world, write it French, Chinese, all people. So they obviously expect a little bit of accent. That's fine, but just don't have a very thick accent, which distracts from what you're saying. That is what I felt, because they would also in the sample paper they would share a good response and a bad response to speaking questions. So that was a good way to know that what should be avoided and what is a good way to answer. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, what's your CGPA?
Yeah. So in my profile, I think my only drawback was my CGPA. I graduated with 7.4. So also thing is, I believe that this system is a little bit bad because all colleges have a very different way of giving grades. So in our college, we had a relative grading. Grading was obviously a bit tougher. So I mean, I think the average GPA from my batch was 8.4, 8.5. Uh, whereas talk to people like from other universities, so getting a 9+ is a very common thing there. So I'm like, this is not the same thing, but it's fine. It's the system. It is how you are. It's the system how it is made. You can't fight the system. So, but any case, I think that was my only drawback because I think I had a very good GRE TOEFL score. I also had like 2 publications. I worked for 2 years. I had like
Does
two LO.
play a significant role in securing admission?
Sorry.
Do you think this CGPA play a
Yeah, I
significant
think so.
admission?
So I so a lot of higher rated universities or universities that are very picky, having a small batch size, they give a lot of importance to CGPA. Even if they don't give an importance to overall CGPA, they would maybe look at the individual grades of specific courses like DSA, operating systems, especially if you are if you have done the same undergrad in like in if you have the same degree in undergrad. Like if I am a computer science student in my undergrad, so they would actually check my undergrad degree. And if you're not, I'm not sure how they judge that. But if you are a CA student, they would probably look at least at the grades of important courses. But overall, if it is CGPA, if it is higher and the rest of the profile is also good, you have pretty good chance of getting good university.
Okay. How did you build your profile before you started applying to these universities?
So I think when I was in undergrad, I did so here where there a lot of students would be involved in research with their professors, and that was not with the motivation of going for masters in future, but it was mainly to improve resume and also for the love of the subject or to understand the subject more. because I mean this is the first time you are understanding new concepts in undergrad, so it does help to do research and work in labs and all, and it opens a lot of doors. So I think I actually genuinely didn't actually try to build my profile. It just happened. So I just did a little bit of research in my final year. Like I did one like I did spend a full semester as like researching in a lab, and we got out a publication from it. And then I actually continued to be in touch with another professor. And after my graduation, also me and another of my friend, we also both graduated. So we all then actually we thought that if we have to apply for masters, then it is better if we can get another publication. So we worked for that, and it was not a full publication; it was just a poster uh, in a workshop associated with the universe in a symposium in US. So, but anyways, it counts. Like anything that you do, anything, whatever you spend time on researching and then writing. So they do look what you've written. I think that admissions committee are really interested in how you write it. That's why they also have an SOP. So how you express what our thoughts are and how you articulate things is very important for them. And apart from that, I mean, that was the resume part, and I had worked for 2 years, so that was obviously added to my profile. Uh, I think many universities now have removed GRE. It's like, so I would say if you are actually before even giving GRE, just check which universities you want to go for, and if you think that only two or three universities are looking for GRE, and if you think that okay maybe I will not apply, then you can actually skip giving GRE. Like you don't have to spend that money. You can just save that money for later on. But TOEFL or IELTS everyone needs, like, because uh, I mean, you're coming to a country which is majority English spoken, and even the classes are in English. Everything is English. You expect people to be good at all the four ways, like learning, listening, speaking, writing, and reading English. So, and I think even if you are trying for like teaching assistant jobs here, so they want you to have like higher than 25 or 23 in the speaking part. So that so keeping that in mind, it is important that you
Mm.
give TOEFL at least very well.
Okay. How much important is SOP?
SOP, I think, is uh, I for according to me in sequence. First thing is your CGPA. If you don't have a good CGPA, you're in my mind, what I think is like they get a lot of like people submitting their applications. So it's not a selection process; it's an elimination process at that point. So for them, they if you have a decent CGPA, then only they will actually look at your envelope, what all is there in that profile. So first, if you have a good CGPA, you're good. On to the next part, that is your SOP. I think SOP is uh, and people some like I know some people who would write their childhood story in SOP. That is not at all what they're expecting in SOP. They just want, they know that the subject that you're studying is advanced. There's no way you got interested in it in your childhood, um, in most cases. So at least what they want is what is the most like last 5 years, 6 years, what is the thing that motivated you to pursue it, explore more in it, and then pursue masters in it. So and try to make it personal in that way specifically. Like people, a good way to write it would be suppose you have someone who is sick at home, and then you are doing research in like ML and biomedical combination. That is a good way to show your motivation that okay, this is why I want to pursue, because I can see the real impact. uh, a childhood story that dad bought a PC and I was interested in gaming is a good story, but it's not what they what want in your SOP. Yeah, and also keep it. You definitely write a section that is specific to the university. And as I said, that when you're researching university, it is very important to know that what research or what special things are there in that university. So, like in University of Florida, we have the biggest supercomputer in any university in US. So, in a partnership with NVIDIA, because NVIDIA, one of the co-founders, graduated from University of Florida. So, with that partnership, they Hypergator it's called. It's one of the biggest supercomputers. So so that was a motivating thing for me. So I did mention that in my SOP because it shows that you actually spend time and not just someone told you that these are the universities that you can get into. So write and generic SOP with that. So you need to write like which courses you're interested in, which labs you want to work in, which professors, like the work that in which field they are doing you're interested in. So it is not necessary that you end up doing that, but it just shows that you actually spend time learning about the university, researching about the university, and just not making a blind choice.
Okay, when did you start applying to these universities, and when did you uh, receive your
I think I was done applying by mid December or mid start of December 2025. Yeah, or end of. See, I think I started applying. So I had submitted my applications by November end, and then I was waiting on my LORs. So, so LORs. So it is very important to tell like inform them beforehand because people you are taking LORs from, you have to take like three LORs. You have to coordinate with those people, and those people are very respected in their field. Like they might be seniors in your office, your manager somewhere, or professors in college. So they are very busy. It might look to us they are not that busy. We are busy, but they are really, really busy. Okay, so you need to tell them, you need to plan that very, very well in advance, at least 3 months, I would say. Just tell them that this is your plan. These are how many universities I'm trying to apply to. Give them a rough number. You can also get a feedback from them if they have knowledge that these universities are good or not. So one of my main LOR, like the professor who wrote the first LOR, he graduated from Virginia Tech. So and I was really interested in the research there. So I was really hoping that I would get into Virginia Tech because his LOR. So but that didn't happen. But uh, but yeah, so LORs are really important as well. Like but as I said, CGPA, your SOP, then probably your LOR, and then GRE and TOEFL are like cutoffs. Like, okay, these are all met, and this is just an add-on that tick tick tick, and yeah, this is bonus.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. With respect to University of Florida, when did you apply, and when did you receive your admit?
I think I got my admit in. So yeah,
Date.
I applied again in December, and I think I got it in February, start of Feb somewhere. So this was the last admit I got. So ASU and Buffalo I got earliest in Jan, end of Jan, after mid Jan, and I think at the start of Feb I got, and I think I think they do a rolling basis admission. Like few admits would be out earlier, and then few more later on. So I think I got it early, so that helped me to start the next process early. So just apply early, hope for an early admit, and then start the process early because the earlier you are done with everything and ready to book a slot, the better because the visa slots is like a very there's no pattern to it, but there is a pattern to it, but recently there is no pattern. So it is better that you are in a position that if it opens I can book it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. When did you receive your I-20 for University of Florida?
I think it once I got the admit, and the next process started where they uh, asked for the, I think so the process at University of Florida was there's a portal for that where they would ask for some details, and then you have to so they would write the amount that you need to show for getting an I-20, and that is equivalent to your first year tuition and then their estimated living expense. For I-20 you can just show the exact amount, you don't have to go over it. That's fine. So I think I with because at the same time I started the loan procedure, and loan procedure may take up to like a week or maybe 2 weeks. A best case is like 4 or 5 days. uh, but so you can't keep waiting to get the loan approval letter and all that. So you can get I-20 if you have enough, like just get bank statements from, probably in most cases it's parents. So just that, and if it's going over uh, the I-20 amount, you can just submit it and get the I-20. So I think University of Florida gives us letter, like a sponsor letter that has to be sponsor form that has to be filled. So you don't have to write it in your own language that I am guardian of this person and I will sponsor it. You just have to sign it and write a name. That's it.
Okay, what's the tuition fee for a complete master's?
University of Florida, I think, has a it's lesser here. Uh, we have like uh, it's like $11,000 per semester for like three courses. So it's based on credit. So here in all universities, tuition is decided on the cost per credit. I think it's like $1,300 per credit, and each course is three credits. And you're supposed to do three courses at least in first three semesters. And also we got get a $2,500 per semester scholarship. So yeah, so the overall fees is like something 11,000 minus 2,000, around $9,000 per semester.
Okay, what's the getting a scholarship from our side?
So sorry, you said I think voice got broken in between.
The process of getting a scholarship from our side.
Yeah, so I think so. The good thing about UF is that any student who is out of state, basically anyone who's coming outside of Florida to study at University of Florida, they get this scholarship anyway. So it's sorry, it's not 2,500, it's 1,500. My bad. $1,500 per semester, and so it's given to almost all students here. And there was someone saying that it's based on the GRE score, but I don't think so. It's based on the GRE score. All students who are coming out of like outside the state of Florida are given that tuition. Yeah.
Okay, coming to your visa interview, how did you prepare interview? What aspects did you
Yeah,
focus?
so I was really nervous when I had booked my slot and I knew like okay I have to like for biometrics I was pretty chill. I had to book my biometrics at Hyderabad, so I went to Hyderabad for that, and then my luckily my interview was in Mumbai embassy, and so I live in Mumbai, so that was good. When I was preparing for the visa interview, I actually had like I just searched a lot on YouTube, Reddit. Reddit is a gold mine. Like I mean, people share a lot of their experiences there, and even previous year experiences. And if you have any basic queries, also like I was totally confused because I had no answer. That how do you know your visa is approved or not? I mean, how do I get to know? So the person simply said, if you get your passport back, it's not, and if you don't get it, then you're good, which is very counterintuitive. It's like I didn't get my passport. So, but there are a lot of people sharing their experience, and there are a lot of YouTube videos out there just to like prepare. I would say just don't sound that you have mugged up the answers and saying there. Be confident. Be quick on your like toes. What they're asking. Sometimes it may not be clear what they're saying, but so please pay like a lot of attention. That is very crucial. Those 5 to 6 minutes are very crucial. So just please hear to them properly and practice a lot in front of mirror. I would say like those answers. But whenever you're practicing the same question in front of mirror, you tend to repeat the answer. So you can always try to not say the same answer. You can just try to speak, or you can even say like say speak some random sentences in front of mirror just to be like, okay, this is how I look when I'm talking, how I can look more confident and all that. Yeah. And they will interrupt you. They don't have that much time to listen to your whole story. They will interrupt you. They just so it is very important that you jump to exactly what they're saying. Like they want answer to this question, start with the answer to that question. Don't build that answer. It's not a 5 marks essay. Just you just have to jump to the answer because yeah. And if they're happy with that answer, that's when they're actually interrupting you and moving to the next question.
Okay, what questions they asked?
Oh yeah. So I had written down my experience the day I had. So I think I gave my interview on May end of May 30. And during our year, there was a that scare happened. Like suddenly the visa interviews got stopped across like all the embassies of US across the world. So, but I was lucky that I had booked my slot before. So, but anyway, so in Mumbai embassy, the thing is you have to stand opposite to the embassy, and they will, you have booked a slot timing, so they will call the slot according to which you are supposed to come in. Then you're sent to the back of the line, and from there they will just verify that you have a slot today. Then there's a locker. Uh, like you can keep a bag or phone and all that, but you have to pay them in cash. So if you are planning on that, keep cash with yourself. I don't know the fees of the locker. I would suggest if you're coming with someone, just don't carry anything except your documents. It's like why to take that hassle. So and inside, then after security check, there would be a huge queue actually. There are so many counters. A lot of counters are for different languages as well, because people are going on like tourist visa, and so their language interpreter is also there. But at the end, they would actually take your biometrics again to verify you're the same person who's giving interview, who's was booked the slot and all. And after that, they will be the real interview. And there they asked me to pass my passport and my service fee receipt. So after that, uh, so service fee, I didn't keep it in my hand. I would suggest everyone to keep your passport, service fee, and admit letter in your hands. Nothing else. Others you can just keep it in folder. They so thing is, uh, people carry a lot of documents. It is fine to carry, but what I know, what I've heard also from a lot of people is that their outlook is that any document that you carry can be forged. So they don't trust any actually, and they don't trust any documents. So they are doing their background verification before your interview. So they know that your passport is real. The service fee is something that they generate after payment, and admit letter is given by US University. So these are the documents that they want to see. After that, she only asked me that you graduated in 2023. So basically that was from from the DS 160 that I filled. So your DS 160 is important. Whatever you write there is what they are looking on your screen. So people think that they're not looking at me and looking at the screen. They are looking about you only on the DS 160, whatever you have written. So that's how they will ask questions, right? So they want to know about it. So she asked me, like, you graduated in 2023, and I said, yeah, I graduated in 23 from Bitskoa. And then she asked me, what are you doing since then? So I told them I've been working for the last 2 years in ICSL Lombard. And then she asked me, what exactly are you working there? So, like, in detail, or your role, what are your day-to-day activities, kind of thing. So I just told them that I work in this team and we work on this project. We're modernizing these applications. And so I went a little bit deeper that because we're modernizing, there are no previous documentations. We need to like build from scratch. This is where she actually looked at me. She was, I think, impressed. Like some, you get that vibe. Like when you're looking at person, they don't give you very, they won't be verbal about it. That's good or something, but you get with the facial expressions that they are impressed or they are looking for better answers. And after that, I think she just interrupted me while I was like saying that. She just interrupted me and asked me how am I funding my education. And I told them that, okay, so it's a combination of two things. I have taken this much amount loan. So tell them either you can tell in rupees or dollars, but stick to one currency. Don't tell one in dollars, one in rupees. Just stick to one. It's better to tell in dollars because they it's better for them. So I just told that this much amount I'm taking from loan and rest is from my dad's savings. Uh, and then again, she cut me off and she just said that, okay, your visa is approved, safe travels. I was like, okay, thank you. And I took my service fee letter back. And yeah, that was that. And I went outside the embassy.
Okay, what outfit did you wear on that day?
Oh yeah, so pretty standard. Like people tell you to wear formal, so just wear a good shirt uh, and pants. And I would say some people, I don't know if I think I was wearing the same T-shirt I wore for biometrics. It's not necessary. It's just I just felt in my mind that okay, I can just wear the same thing, and there won't be, if anyone has any doubts also that you are not the same person, at least I can say I'm wearing the same shirt from the biometrics day. But it's fine. Or also sometimes it's there like, okay, this is your lucky shirt, I'll wear the same thing, something like that. But just wear your good shirt that you like. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, coming to your departure, travel, packing, everything.
So once this all was done, we were excited now. Like me and my flatmates. So I was like we four had formed a group. So I live with four people. We all live in individual rooms. So we had formed a group before, like obviously way before coming here. So our visas were not approved at that time. So we were still looking for like place to stay. But obviously we would sign the lease and all after at least two of visas were approved. I was the second person whose visa got approved, and then we and the person who got approved earlier, we started going into that research mode of finding flights and when should we go. So our semester started from I think 22nd August or 16th August. I'm not sure. But we said we decided to come here a little bit early. So we landed here on 6th August. So we came like almost 2 weeks before the semester. Generally, people come like 1 week before, but we decided we would come 2 weeks before. So three of us booked a flight. We all were from Mumbai, so we all packed together and booked together. My flight was in Turkish Airlines. So I would say if you're a little bit tall, book an aisle seat. It's a little bit costly, not that much costly as well, but it's fine. I mean, it's very comfortable because they're long flights. And I was first time going outside India. I had never been on international flight. So I was a little bit nervous, but one of the flatmate, he had been to US before and he was a little bit aware of like booking which seat and all. So was happy with that. uh, Packing is a big hassle. I mean, there's so many things. I would say keep a list of final things that are in the bag. Okay, just keep in on your phone in notes, keep a final list. Okay, in this bag one, what all is there, in bag two, what all is there, so that in case they do an extra baggage security check, you actually have a list of stuff that you have, which is very important. And it also helps when you're unpacking. Okay, unpack when you're unpacking, you need to know where a scissor is. You don't have to open all three bags and look through them, so you just know exactly where to look at. I would say about food and all, always keep packed things. Never buy and pack like product like bought from market, not home packed or something. And don't keep fruits and all, nothing obviously. And whole anything like seeds, like we have a lot of spices that are seeds or whole spices. I would suggest to avoid that. There's some people brought it, it's fine, but I think it's not allowed. Also, you can, if there is any confusion, you can always ask people on Reddit. Also, TSA has a website there, you can just check if this is allowed or not. uh, I did vacuum pack a lot of things. I even vacuum packed a pillow and brought it, which is a good hack, I would say. Because first day you're here, you actually need to sleep, and the pillow helps. Uh, Other than that, try to keep it within the weight limit. A little bit over is fine, but they know this is student season. A lot of students are flying, and airlines are, I don't know, like, it depends on your luck, but uh, they might just charge you extra, I would say. Uh, but yeah, so I would say suggest, uh, it is okay if you don't just carry essential things. Obviously bring a lot of clothes with you and books and all, but some people bring random things that are not actually needed. It's a very, because there is, that much space, you can't carry a lot of luggage and all. So it is, but it is a good family exercise, the packing, because everyone has to be involved packing those bags. So in, I don't know.
Okay, we can buy in US itself rather than buying.
So I would say don't carry a lot of like cold wear, like jackets and all. They're pretty good here, and according to the climate here. So, and in India, if they're available, also they're pretty costly, and it's much cheaper to buy here. And also, thing is, cold in most places. Winter starts like there's a Black Friday sale in November end. And that time you can buy a lot of winter wear and all, which is pretty cheap. So which will help you through the winter. You can carry like little one or two jackets, one like a good jacket if you have, which is especially if you're going towards like New York or those universities, you should carry a good jacket, but don't spend too much on buying. Just keep one that gets you through the few months, and then you can buy there. Yeah.
Uh, okay, could you advise on the types of insurances like health insurance, travel insurance that we might need for our journey?
So health insurance is kind of compulsory in most US universities. So they do offer, like, universities offer their own health insurance, which is generally costlier. For University of Florida, there is a PSI insurance. Uh, I think they also offer for different other universities. I would suggest when you're looking for insurance, just try to contact seniors, so they know which, according to this university, they probably know which insurance because they have purchased it before and their seniors have purchased before. So it's better to ask them at that point. But for Florida, University of Florida, we had PSI insurance that was like $500 for the whole year, and it was much cheaper than the University of Florida's insurance. But also it depends on your age. I think after 25, insurance is much costlier. The private insurance are much costlier than the college insurance. Mm, yeah.
Okay, what did you do for forex cards, SIM cards?
Yeah, so that is a thing. So I did get a forex card from HDFC, uh, which I didn't like actually, but it's, I would suggest, instead of, but I got a very good card from Neo. Neo has a DCB debit card. So they actually in DCB Bank, I didn't know about it before. I had to research a lot and found it. So it is actually, if you want to get the card, just get it. It's, they give you live, like the live rate, exchange rate, whatever the live rate is. There are no additional fees. And so in initial days, it is very good. So just get Neo DCB debit card. So you will have to open a account in DCB Bank, like from their app itself. They will start the process. You get a savings account. Against that, you get a debit card. And that debit card is like a forex card. It works everywhere on live exchange rate. Pretty good.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm.
Okay, okay. Coming to your immigration port of entry experience,
Oh
like
yeah. So
and at the US.
I actually had more hassle in Mumbai. So in Mumbai, the customs, like the offices in Mumbai. So I think at that point, when we were going to go to US a few months before that, a lot of people were deported from US to India in like military planes and all. So there was a lot of tension that people that are going to US, they are like all the paperwork is correct. So I had to show my undergraduate degree, everything. Like I had to open a lot of documents there. He checked everything. I was like, okay, I didn't expect a lot of checking from Indian officers, but it's fine. I think they did it for like me and one of my flatmate, and they said that okay, keep your documents safe. They might ask there. We was like, okay, fine. And in US when I landed, so my port of entry was through Miami, and so because in Florida, so we came through Miami, and it was pretty chill through the immigration. There was like officer just asked me, like he took my passport and asked like purpose of visit. I told to pursue my master's in computer science at University of Florida. He asked for my I-20. I-20 is very important. Always keep it safe. Sign it the day that you get it. Print it, sign it, keep it. Okay, that is going to be a document, very important document for a lot of things, even in US. So yeah, so after that, he just approved it. It's fine. And after that, there's after you collect your baggage, there's a small corridor in which there are like border patrol officers and all that. So they might select you for random screening. And so as I was walking through it, he like the officer asked me where am I coming from. So I said from India, and he said to proceed to the area. So it's not. It looks scary at that point, but they just want you to put your luggage in a machine. Again, scans your luggage. That's it. So if they find anything suspicious, so then they will ask you. Uh, so before they open the bag, if they find any suspicious, they will ask you questions. Is there any food in it? So their main thing is they don't want any dairy products or food or any meat, because that is a biohazard, because there might be some parasites or bacteria that are dangerous to
Okay,
biodiversity in US.
can we
Sorry,
carry
can we carry?
pickles? Pickles.
Yeah. So if you're carrying, I think don't carry like the loose ones. Like if it's store bought, it's fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Homemade
Home-
pickles.
Homemade. I'm actually confused because it is like it should be fine if you're packing it properly and all, but if they find suspicious, if they ask you if there is anything, just tell them it is there. Uh, I would suggest to buy the home bot, the store bot. It's fine. I mean, you're going away from your home. There are a few things that you have to give up on. So yeah, yes.
Okay, coming to your accommodation, where did you stay after your landing? How did you
So no,
find it?
we directly came to. So we live in Gainesville. The university is based out in Gainesville. It's pretty far from Miami, so it's like an overnight bus ride. So we landed in Miami. We had already booked a bus ticket. So it was a very comfortable bus. So like it was a full recliner. We we rested on it and came here in morning. And from morning we went to the residence that we live in. So yeah, we had to move in that. There was big hassle on that day. There are things that you have to figure out when you get there. But if you're coming with few people, or if you're coming after few people have come before you, it's good. I mean, if people have come before you and set up the apartment, you are in a good spot. If you're the first person going, I would suggest be with someone else also, because like there are so many things that you might have to do. It depends on the place that you're actually going to move in, because for us we had to go to the government. Like came here, then we had to, so they were senior here of my college, so luckily we could place our bags there like, a little bit, get freshened up and all. And then we had to go to the regional office for electricity and water. We had to set up that meter and all that. Okay, we have to move in today. We have to pay some money. And then we went with the leasing office, that we did that. And then we were allowed to move in. But in other apartments, it's like, okay, you can move in. So it depends on the apartment that you're moving in. But one good thing about Gainesville is our rent is very, very less compared to any university in US. So we pay like $560 per month, like for each individual room. In average across US is like $1,000. So and so it's very cheap.
Find your housing.
So yeah, where I live, it is a very big like a residency. There are like a lot of blocks here, and majority Indians stay here. It's a big, strong Indian community here. So a lot of seniors also stayed here. So it was an obvious decision to move there. There are a few more places nearby where people move in. But if you are early in your journey, right, so you can find places that are favorable to you. If you are a little bit late in finding accommodations because your visa got delayed and all, and you don't have any choices left. You have to just pick whatever is available.
Okay, coming to your part-time job, what
Yeah.
part
So
does the university offer?
the university has a lot of part-time jobs. Yeah, like there is no problem in getting a part-time job here, and the minimum wage in Florida is pretty high. Like it's $14 per hour, and it's very. I think it's highest, one of the highest in all states in America. So it's pretty good, and you can do, I think, 20. So you can do 20 hours per week at maximum as an international student. You can't work more than that. There are a lot of areas. So they have a lot of eateries and dining halls. Then there is all those Chick-fil-A and all that, and then there is catering businesses. Then there are like libraries and all that. Even there are jobs such in like the basketball or football arena. There are a lot of jobs here, and the bigger the campus, there are more jobs easily available. So you try that.
Okay, how should
And
we that job? Like before arrival or after arrival?
after arrival, like most people just found here after arrival. Like you before arrival, I don't think they would even consider you. Like you just because it is very like a very different way of finding a job here. You just come here, you meet people who can actually hire you, the managers and all, and they just give you a form, and then they will ask you what all, like if you have any problem. Like some people are pure vegetarians, so they don't want to, be around non-veg. And so if they can accommodate you, like in Starbucks or something, if they can be placed, they will place there. All those dining jobs, or if you go to, there are a lot of places like there are some areas where a lot of jobs are available, and so a lot of people just go there and talk. then there are other areas in campus where you can find jobs. But just talk to seniors at that point. Once you are like, once all this is done, the biggest part is getting your visa approved and getting a good admit. If everything else is approved, you just have to talk to a lot of seniors, ask questions, and people. Generally, there is a good seniors organization, like the graduate students have an organization. They will answer a lot of queries. So because everyone has the same common questions, right? So it's most likely they're answered there.
Okay, is it realistically possible to manage monthly expenses with the part-time job alone?
It depends on the rent. So that's what, like here I'm able to, because the rent is pretty cheap. So here we are easily able to do that. So like we're able to manage living expenses, and obviously we have to, like, cut our expenses. We're not living a lavish life or something. It's just that okay, we are able to make it. Like, yeah, but it depends on other universities, like other areas. I know people who are in Purdue or NCSU, so
Mm.
they have to pay some, like, part of it from their pockets. Here, so my dad had said me, I'll just pay the tuition. You have to manage everything else. I was like, fine, I'll manage it, and luckily I'm able to. Yeah.
Okay, give us some suggestions for students coming to your university.
To my university, I would say uh, apply early to some research labs. You can maybe get an RA position earlier. So they earlier, I think they used to like remove the fees for those students, but with budget cuts and all, you at least get a paid position. But one good thing about getting those paid positions, is it helps your resume. It is much more better that if you're working as a in a research lab and getting paid as compared to working in a dining job or in a library or somewhere. Okay, I mean, you also have to work less. You can manage your own time. You're not that tired, and but early apply, like reaching them early means like uh, once you get an admit at that point, like a few months after that, just tell them with a strong resume. You have to pitch yourself that this is all I do. You have to research. You can't just mail like 20 professors or 20 labs. You have to research. Okay, this is one lab where I think like my whatever I have done till now aligns, or something I can do. So you do that, and I mean, it's not necessary that they will give you a position, but at least you should try. And other than that, I would say, uh, I mean, enjoy the process. It's a big process. Finally, get when you come here, come with the feeling that okay, the it may look like the toughest part is then, but then new challenges will come. But keep it with an open mind, and just face them head on. So,
Okay, before we wrap up, is there any
yeah.
other thing you'd like to share with the upcoming students?
Yeah. I mean, this decision is very crucial. I mean, because there is a lot, just not, it's not just 2 years, it's a lot of financial responsibility that you are giving. So, until or unless you are pretty clear in your mind that why you want to go for masters, because that is what they're expecting in SOP also, that you have a clear answer in your SOP why you want to come here. So, until unless that is not there, I would suggest people not to do that, not to apply. But if you're applying, have a very solid reason to applying and a clear understanding what you want to achieve. Things may not go your way. It may or may not go, but you should try your best in like from all the process. And also, I would suggest that there are a lot of resources available. It is important for you to like search for the answers, because no one is going to come and tell you that okay, this is all you have to do. You have to first reach out to people what has to be done, and then people will help you. And I would suggest that you try to do everything as much as possible on your own, like writing your SOP and the critical parts of the process, trying to do it on your own or with someone else, like a friend or someone. uh, because I think the problems here are tougher than just getting here. Like the challenges that you face in your admission process are just if you are able to pass them on your own, you will be able to do well here. If you had a very big hand and you didn't do actually much in the application process, uh, the challenges here would become like it will look very difficult to you, and you won't be able to manage because you're not used to doing tough things on your own. So I mean, I've seen a lot of people who just not do anything and just spend a lot on other services. It's fine if you are paying to to the consultancy to help you, but it is important to understand the process and take important things on your own. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for patiently answering all these questions.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, a
Insight.
lot of students, yeah, a lot of students would be trying to, would be in the same position, and it's already December. I think uh, people who are applying anytime in the like next year also or in spring anytime, uh, they have a lot of questions. And thing is, even I was worried like what's going to happen, and I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos about people's experience, and that gave me few. It's like one video won't tell you everything, but there are information from each one that you need to know, and will help you later on. So yeah, it's my pleasure to help you guys.
Thank you.